Ariel Helwani at Radio City Music Hall in New York City with UFC President Dana White for the I think you're looking right at me again. You're messing with me, Dana. You in a good mood?
I am. I'm in a real good mood.
We're 15 or so blocks away from MSG. Still can't get in there. How much does it bug you?
We're in Radio City Music Hall doing press conferences. You know, listen, I'm happy with where we're at. Some places take longer than others, and this one's worth the wait.
Good turnout, though. A lot of fans came, and you signed a lot of autographs. Obviously, UFC 111 in Newark, New Jersey, GSP, Dan Hardy. The Primetime Show has done a great job of building up Dan Hardy. Do you think enough people are going to be convinced to pay $50 to see this guy be a credible and a legit threat to GSP's throne?
Yeah, I don't think it's about people being convinced. I think there's a lot of things about Dan Hardy a lot of people didn't know, including myself. You know, I didn't realize how strong he was. I didn't realize how athletic he was. You know, yeah, he's a good striker. You see good strikers all the time. But you know, now I realize how great this kid really is. And listen, to think that to call Dan Hardy an 8-1 underdog, that's insane.
All right. Shane Carwin, Frank Mir, interim heavyweight title on the line. Are you concerned at all that Frank Mir continues to talk about Brock Lesnar and almost seems as though maybe he's looking past Carwin?
Yeah, I don't think he's looking past Carwin. And let's say he is. Let's say he's looking past Carwin. He's training so hard. When you look past a guy, normally it means you didn't really train that hard for this guy because you're thinking about the next guy, and that's the fight you're going to train hard for. You know, Frank Mir is taking his training to a whole nother level, whether it's aimed toward Brock Lesnar or whoever. He's in great shape, and I think he looked phenomenal in the Czech Congo fight. He's definitely taken his game to another level.
Any truth to the rumor that Brock Lesnar will be in attendance on Saturday night to greet the winner of that fight?
Brock Lesnar will definitely be in attendance. You know, he called me and he said, I have to be at this fight. I want to see it live.
John Fitch, Thiago Alves, that's a big fight. Is there any chance that the winner of that fight, if he looks very impressive, could be next in line for the title shot, despite the fact that they both have losses to GSP?
Absolutely. You know, these guys, this fight's kind of been overshadowed by the co-main and main event because they're so big. But you know, what a great fight! This is going to be a great fight too. And yeah, these guys are definitely in title contention.
All right, I'm being told to wrap up, but I just have to ask you one question. James Toney. You got to explain this to me. A lot of fans were almost deeply hurt that he was signed by the UFC. Explain to them why you decided to do this.
Yeah, it's, you know, to be honest, and I said this today at the press conference, I honestly can't explain it myself. You know, I'm the first guy to cry freak show and everything else. I like James Toney. I respect him as a fighter. I have for years, and he and I have had a couple of talks since he stalked me, you know, and we ended up meeting. And I signed him, and I don't know what I'm going to do with him now. But I'm going to do this. He's going to fight somebody. And he said to me, we're sitting in my office, and he looks at me and he says, I just want to tell you something. He said, you know, there's a lot of things that I've done in my life that I'm very proud of, and I'm a proud guy. And, you know, of the things that I've accomplished, you know, coming where I came from. And I would never do anything to embarrass me or my family. And just so you know, I know a lot more than you think I do, he said to me.
You believe him?
What I said to him, I said, good, I hope so. So, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but we'll figure it out. And you know, will it be a freak show? No, it won't be, because what I won't do is it won't be a main event. It won't be, you know, it's not going to be the main event on the card. If people put down their money to buy this fight with James Toney, it'll be surrounded by a bunch of other great fights, and you'll get your money's worth one way or the other.
Finally, any timetable for his first fight?
Not yet. I got to figure it out.
All right, well, first things first, UFC 111 this Saturday night, live on pay-per-view from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. GSP going up against Dan Hardy. Oh, yes.
And the last episode of Primetime is on Spike tonight. You know, if you haven't watched it, at least watch tonight. You'll get a kind of what happened on the second episode leading into the third, and it's a good show. So tonight on Spike TV, 10 o'clock Eastern.
I really enjoyed the second episode, by the way.
Yeah, I did too. The third is really good too.
All right. Watch it tonight, Spike TV, and then the pay-per-view Saturday night.